Hey, Bubba Tack here, also known as Okie Tools, and I got another video here of me doing a disassembly and lubing and reassembly of a ratchet, a vintage ratchet. This is a SK model 42470. Don't think it's that vintage, but picked it up at my favorite pawn shop that I go to and decided to clean it up. I'll have some before and after pictures when I first got it, and it was real grungy, and then after I got it all cleaned up and stuff. And I'm still using CLR to get the rust off stuff, but it's a spray foam. When you spray it, it comes out as a foam, and it's like their kitchen cleaner or whatever. I don't soak them anymore. I just lay out a trash bag and go ahead and spray that on there, and then use my wire brush and scrub it real good, and it gets the stuff right off. And you should be able to tell from the before and after pictures about how shiny this is now and how clean it is compared to where it was. So let's go ahead and hop into it. This is a 1/2-inch drive, if I hadn't already said that, and it has these two little prongs. You push those together and it takes apart. So bear with me as I get these in here. Okay, comes apart just like that, and as you can see, it's this little pressure ring that goes around it. Set that aside, and then this is your selector, and then as you can see in there are the gears, and then here's the unit, and the selector rides on that piece right there and changes back and forth on this little lever. And then it's connected to these two pawls that are 3 teeth, one right there and one right there, and it pivots on this pin. And I don't usually take these apart myself. I know guys do. I guess I don't trust myself that much to put it back together. I may one day, but the stuff that you see all over it, it's not real dirty. This is just some oil that I sprayed in there, some CLP that I sprayed in there to help clean it and also to lubricate it so a little, and because I usually can't get my lube that I like to put on there down inside there, so I sprayed that on there to make it nice and smooth down in the action. And it's real nice and smooth now. So that's what you're seeing. It's not dirty. Everything in there is nice and clean. You see how shiny that is. And this was just grungy underneath here, underneath the cap, and it just cleaned it up real nice. So let's go ahead and get it lubed up. And like I said, the gears are in there and they're real nice and clean now. Get my rag here and give it a good wipe down real quick, just to get some of that excess oil out of there. So get my lube, and I kind of go sparingly, just a little bit, not that much. This is as much as I'm putting on my finger, and that'll probably be for the entire thing. So for all the gears in here, not much more than that. Just make sure that it's real nice and distributed in there, and get all the little surfaces. And there's this top little lip, and then there's this bottom little lip, and make sure all the gears are done real well. So then I take it and I go ahead and just a little bit, so dab will do you, a little bit on the pawl, and then go ahead and rotate it, maybe a little bit too much on there. Go ahead and rotate it over, and then a little bit on this pawl, dab more. And then whatever excess you have left, I go ahead and put it all around here. This surface here rides inside there, so want it to do real good. So that's about it. And then maybe just a tab right there on that, maybe on the top of this, and then inside this selector plate, because it's going to be riding on there. So okay, I think that's about all I want to put in there. Okay, so I'm going to start putting it back together, and you just go ahead and drop that selector plate down in there. Usually, if I try to put them together, it comes loose anyways. So go ahead and drop it down in there, and then put your pressure ring on there. At least that's what I call it. And then go ahead and start putting it back together. Try to get the pawl down into the gears, and then get my pressure ring around like this, and then go ahead and get my pliers, my angled needle nose pliers, and get it down in there. And there's the little groove there that's meant for it, and get those centered, and then you got to work it until it gets where it's supposed to be, where it's in the lever on the back, the little notch that there's for it, and then push it all the way down. And as you see, our pressure ring is inside the groove because it's spread it out and it's not coming back out. And then that basically does it. Just feels real nice, sounds good, and from where it was, how grungy it was, and how get one top here real quick, how grungy it was and how rusty it was, for it to be this nice and shined up afterwards is just great. So that was my video of disassembling, lubing, and reassembling the 1/2-inch drive SK42470. Thanks for watching.